Hello, ladies. I know many of us wonder about what vitamins to take, what not to take. Today, we're going to unpack all that. But before we do, I want to tell you that if you're getting a balanced diet, your balanced meal every single day, you don't need to take any vitamins or supplements because you're getting it from food. However, most people don't get everything they need their protein, their carbs, their everything they need in a single day from food. So, in that case, it's okay to consider smart supplementation. I say smart because you just don't want to take every vitamin you see and be gulping it up. Some of them can be harmful when taking too much. Some of them you don't need. So today we're going to simplify it and I'll tell you the absolute vitamins you should be taking as a lady in her late 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. Because you should be able to stay healthy even as you age. And as you age, things change. Sometimes the way your body absorbs things from food change. Sometimes the way your body copes when you're lacking these minerals, these vitamins. So it's smart for you to make sure you're feeding your body, you're giving your body everything it needs to thrive. And while you're doing this, make sure you're resting, you're getting enough sleep because you can supplement all you want. If your body is exhausted, it doesn't get enough time to use those things you're giving it to use. It's not going to help much. So make sure you're sleeping. That being said, let's go ahead and unpack the vitamins that every lady in her late 30s, 40s, 50s should take. Before I tell you, I must mention that it's advisable for you to get your labs done. That means check your labs once or twice a year with your doctor, with your lab, so you know exactly which ones you're deficient in, which ones you're lacking. Is it your vitamin D? Is it your iron? So you can take exactly what you need. However, the ones I'm going to give you is one that most people will benefit. A lot of people are deficient in them. Even if you take a little bit more than you need, it shouldn't hurt you. There are some that if you take too much, it can hurt you. For example, the fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E, K. Also, calcium, when taking too much, can build up and start causing things like kidney stone. And iron, when taking too much, can also hurt your organs. So, with things like that, make sure that you're checking your labs that you do need it before you start taking those. However, it's hardly unlikely for you to take too much and hurt yourself from it. But it's always good to be on the safe side. I just don't talk. Whatever I'm telling you, it has to be backed by science. So now, the first vitamin that I would recommend for every woman, vitamin D. Vitamin D is good for your immune health, is good for your mood, is good for your testosterone balance. Vitamin D is very important. And a lot of people, especially Black people, are deficient. Number two, calcium. We all know about calcium and we know how good it is for the health of your bone. As people get older, a lot of older people have gone to meet their maker because they fall. A fall that a child will fall and get up and keep running, an older person will fall, they will not be able to get up. They will start breaking bones and things like that. Hence, your bone health is very important. And calcium is a big culprit in maintaining bone health. However, you have to be careful that you're not taking too much. Every day you're gulping down calcium because you hear it's good for you, you can potentially cause damages like kidney stones, calcifications, and things like that. So be careful with that one. Those are one of the ones that I would recommend get checked before you start supplementing if you want to take mega doses. Otherwise, just as small. The next one is magnesium. We all know about magnesium. Magnesium has kind of become the celebrity of vitamins because magnesium is very good for women, especially women that are approaching menopause or in menopause. It aids good sleep. Magnesium is needed for energy, muscle, sleep, mood, all of that. Because magnesium relaxes your muscles and calms your nerves, and that allows you to get a good night's sleep. So if you're struggling with sleep, take magnesium first. Before you start taking sleep medications, take natural things. That's why I believe in vitamins. And now there are different types of magnesium. There's magnesium glycinate. I think about 5 different types of magnesium. Maybe I'll talk about that in a separate video. But to be on the safe side, I would recommend magnesium glycinate. That will cover all bases because you don't have to start taking every magnesium in the world. Glycinate is good enough unless you're going for specific things. Like if you're going for brain health, there's a particular magnesium that is better for that. If you're constipated a lot, we all know magnesium can make you use the bathroom. So You can be specific if you have specific needs. For the sake of this video, just take magnesium glycinate. The next one is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is the all-star winner for energy. And I recommend you take it in the morning because that's when you need energy. You don't need energy at night to sleep. By the way, every vitamin I mentioned, to be on the safe side, is always good to take them with a little food or a little snack. Take vitamin B12 in the morning. It's good for energy. It's good for nerve function, brain health, all of that. B12 is wonderful. Vitamin B12 is one of those you can't easily take too much of, and not to say you should go and start taking too much. Make sure you're taking the recommended dose. Next one is omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 is a game changer when it comes to inflammation. I think as science advances, we have begun to see that a lot of things human beings face is due to inflammation, chronic inflammation that stay in their body. So omega-3 is wonderful, is anti-inflammatory, and is very natural. No chemical involved. And we all know about cod liver oil. It's still omega-3. They may have different names, but it's omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 is also good for the heart and the brain. So these are my recommended vitamins. I did a lot of research to come up with this. No cap. If you take these, you should be good. I want to also mention iron. If you are approaching menopause or in menopause, you don't need iron anymore unless you're anemic and is prescribed to you by your doctor. If you have iron deficiency anemia, is a nuisance. You can be having headaches and you don't know why you're having headaches. You're taking pills every single day. Meanwhile, your body is lacking essential vitamin that it needs to produce what it needs to produce, which will be red blood cells. So look into iron, but do iron with caution. Always talk to your doctor who can actually check your iron level. And if you're deficient, your hemoglobin level and all that, then they can prescribe iron to you. I've always taken iron. I still take iron, but I know that I need it. That's why I take it. And if you're a man, you don't need to take iron as much, again, unless it's prescribed by your doctor. So what I'm trying to do, I want to be responsible enough to tell you, don't just go buy every vitamin you see and gulp them all down. It doesn't work that way. You have to do it smartly. You have to know the ones you need to take. And even if you take, for example, I believe vitamin B12, if you take too much, no big deal. You will just pee out the excess. It's not going to hurt you. Vitamin C, if you take too much, no big deal. You're going to pee it out. But the ones that can potentially get stored in your organs or get built up in your body, you want to be careful with those. Which I say, when you're buying a vitamins, do a little research on that vitamin. Anyway, this brings me to the end of this video. I'm going to make a separate video for the men. So watch out for that, because men need a little slightly different things than we women. I hope this helps somebody, because there's craziness going on out there. There are people telling you, take this, take that, take this, take that, take this. If you take all the things that is being recommended, your house will be filled of bottles, vitamin bottles. So this is kind of to coincide, to put it all together. These are the ones that you need, unless you have a specific need. There's something that is bothering you and you need to get the particular vitamin you need for that thing. Most of the vitamins that people are recommending out there is not proven, is not science backed, is maybe still new in the market, is maybe promising, but not really researched and said, okay, this will help with this. But these ones, I'm telling you, they have been tried and tested. They have been in the market for a long time. So I think you'll be okay if you look into those, especially if you're a woman that is always tired, that is always having headaches, that, you know, you feel like something is wrong, you just don't know what it is, or you can't sleep at night. You may be surprised, because when your body gets what it needs. And before I close this video, I must mention a well-balanced multivitamin is also recommended, specific for your age. If you're a woman over 50, you will take the vitamin, multivitamin designed for women over 50, because it will not have things like iron in it and all that. And if you're a woman that is in her 20s, you will take one designed for her 20s, because it will have things that will help you with pregnancy and things like that. So a multivitamin that contains a lot of all the things you need, but in small amount, is also not a bad idea. This is not a medical advice. This is for education only, for those people that are wondering what should they take and what should they not take, especially if you are sick in one way or the other. If you have a disease process going on, it's always good to make sure you're taking the advice of your doctor. So let them know what you're about to take, because some of these things may interact with the medications that is given to you and things like that. So you always want to make sure that you're working with your doctor while taking care of yourself. That being said, take care of yourself now. Take care of yourself, girl. So yourself will take care of you later. It's give and take. Aura for aura, energy for energy. You take care of your body will take care of you. You ignore your body and neglect it and treat it like trash, guess what? they will return the favor. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. And until next time, your girl is signing out. May God bless you. Bye.